Let's see if we're live. That's fact. What we're gonna do here is this. We're gonna play the song.
Yo, it's the Eddie Block Show. Drunk uncle on the side, ready, let's go. Hey, it's the Eddie Block Show. If you agree or disagree, let them know. Yo, drunk uncle, drink more. We got 2 hours to chat like strange animals.
And we're live.
Drunk uncle, a great host, and we got 50 mods for the trolls. Let's roll. Yo, it's the Eddie Block Show. Drunk uncle on the side, ready, let's go. Hey, it's the Eddie Block Show. If you agree or disagree, let them know. Yo, drunk uncle, drink more. We got 2 hours to chat like strange animals. Eddie Block and drunk uncle are great hosts, and we got 50 miles for the trolls. Let's roll.
Check out Twitch. There we go. Now it's working. Syntax error. Did I say that on YouTube as well? Hey, Brownie knocks stuff over. Smoker doesn't. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hope y'all are having fun. Ooh, I gotta fix this. There we go. Got the chat room up there. What's up, DNA? What's up, Lillian? It's hot in here. Guess we don't need
one in the chamber.
Julfa got the one in the chamber. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Can you guys hear me? No, you can't hear me, can you? Oh, yeah, you can. Hello? Yeah, you can hear me. All right, you can hear me. You missed the song, Willow? Aw, man. Yeah, you missed our... I haven't played the song in a while. It's our favorite song from Mr. Nice Guy. How's everybody doing today? Y'all having a good day? I know I am. Let's see. What is this box right? Oh, I know which box that is. That right there. We don't need that right now because I'm up here anyways. I gave... My stepdad made some... We barbecued some ribs today. We had some beef back ribs. Oh, my goodness. Should I give us a little light in here? Nah, you guys don't need to see me better, do you? Nah, I like it like this. Yeah, we had some real good, some beef ribs. My stepdad, he watches YouTube like non-stop. He's 87 years old. He sits at home all day, so he's on YouTube. So he cooked us some big... He's always buying these ribs, right? And so when I went to Costco the other day, he's like, look, see if they have any beef ribs. So I did, and they had beef back ribs, and I FaceTimed him. Yes, my 87-year-old stepdad can FaceTime. Took me forever to teach him how to do it, but yes, he can do it. And FaceTiming him from Costco, and he's like, oh yeah, those are good ribs. Because he was buying his ribs from Sam's Club, paying way too much money for them. So like the ribs that I bought were like half the price that he paid for them at Sam's Club, and better. So we had some good ribs today. And he has more, so we're going to have some. We bought another kind of rib too, so we're going to have some ribs over the weekend. You know. So how is everybody today? Y'all having fun? I hope you are. I'm having fun. You know what? I'm surprised. You got your Twitter account back today? Note to self, don't talk about monkey things and the virology laugh. You know, I don't really ever use Twitter. I've never been a big Twitter fan. I grew up on MySpace. Not grew up, I was in my 20s. Almost, right? Met my wife on MySpace. Then I switched to Facebook. And then I went to, I hate Twitter. On the, if you showed, oh, now you're showing up. It's raining and you're still at 69 degrees outside, Willow. I wish it was raining here. Let's see, right now outside it is 84 degrees outside here. 84 degrees, too hot. So let's see. See, at least here though I can chat with you guys. Let's see if my chat works. There we go. It works. Sweet. So yeah, so I started welding up. I had built a shelf out of wood really cheaply for my TV, because my bed is like freaking this tall. and I got steps to get in there. And so when I took the shelf down, now it's like I troll on Twitter and YouTube. I like to annoy stupid people. Hey, well, thank you for not trolling me. But so I started welding that up, but then it got really hot, and I had to come inside. I wasted my day. What's up, Digga? Wasted my day watching that stupid January 6th trial. In fact, when is the next hearing for that? When's the next hearing for that? Is it tomorrow? I don't even want to freaking... I don't even think I'm going to restream them anymore. There's just so much baloney. Excuse me. Wow. 6 hearing schedule. When is the next one? The next one is Tuesday, June 21st. I don't know. You might get me to watch it and restream it. But I'd rather not, to be honest with you. I'd definitely rather not. These things are so boring, and it's just BS. It's all their fake BS stuff. They're only showing you one side. Like they cut the video up so it looks good for what they're trying to show you, and when it actually wasn't even what they're trying to show you is. It's awful, folks. It's awful. You would think you'd have both sides to this, but it's not a law case. You don't have the left side and the right side. Yeah, Lily and I watched the pig show. I guess or the clown show. The clown show. Biden ignored questions about Hunter. I think I have something on that on the news tonight. I think. So how are my favorite ladies doing tonight? Oh yeah, by the way, have we decided who wants the plates? Who wants the plates? They're in the back of my truck still. I found these blue plates. They're like hand brushed and painted plates. Did I erase the picture already? And I was like, oh, those are Diggaworth's favorite colors, because she always tells me to find stuff in those colors. Yeah, I got rid of them. That might be in the deleted folder. So I'm in the store and I take a picture of them and I send them to the girls. And then Willow's like, well, can I buy them too? There they are. See them? They're dinner plates. So they're like 10 1/4 square. I got 2 of them. So Will and Digga have to fight it. Or maybe I'll just send one to Willow and one to Digga. Maybe I can do it that way. He is racing tonight. Has he started racing yet? What time is he racing? Is there any way we can watch it on... is it going to be streamed somewhere? Just curious. Diggaworth's not my favorite. It's at 6 o'clock. Can we watch it anywhere? Is it on the internet? Do they like stream it? Willow doesn't want to watch it because last time her husband... he was in a big accident and hurt himself pretty bad. So, guess we wouldn't be able to stream it here. Alright, well, you know what? I'm not going to wait for Drunk Uncle this time. You guys ready to start with the news? Otherwise, I'm just BSing with you guys for who knows how long. So we're going to do this here. Oh, he's got his GoPro hooked up? Sweet. I can't wait to see that footage then. Alright, let's start dealing with the news. We got a decent amount of news. Let me do this. I forgot. See, I go to Fox News, but they always play a stupid commercial every damn time. Noticing any changes, and it should have fixed it. Hopefully. Trade's not crazy. I like Trade. He's a cool dude. Okay, I'm very bad with these emojis. What's that emoji, Josephine? You gotta help me out. Does that mean it's okay? Because I know you were seeing yet. He's still at work for another probably 20 minutes before he gets here. Willow says her husband is batshit crazy. You got a bone, Panda? I'm browsing or not? I know I told you last night not to tell me, but I'm asking you right now. Because I fixed a whole bunch of settings. So still buff. me look at something here. It says my streams quality is good. I don't have any. I'm not having any drop streams. So it's buffering for Lillian. That's not what I want. Let me try this. Let me try turning some stuff off here. Okay. Where is it now? What do I do with it? Alright, so you're going to see a whole bunch of weird stuff, right? I'm going to not try and show it all to you. Just bring it right here. Out. So, look at... Other than that, it says we're good. I think it's YouTube messing with me, guys. I really do. I hate to say that, but I think that's what it is. I think YouTube's totally messing with me. It seems better now. See, it should be like perfect, I would think. It's just a tiny bit of buffering for Willow. Let's see. Good old technology Dr. Kaczynski warned us of. Yeah, right. So, I don't know. It's supposed to be better. Like, at least it sounds like it's better than it was. From this point on, I mean, I lowered the quality down of everything. Digga, you're missing conversations. Okay. See, that's the other issue. Sometimes, you know, people are like, Eddie, you're buffering, and then they close down a couple windows and it doesn't. Here for. Get this stuff going. Alright, let's go on Fox News. Texas Democrats slam party after Republican Mayra Flores flips the House seat, taking Latinos for granted. What do you mean by taking Latinos for granted? You know, she's a friend of mine. Because my friend texted me the other day. It's like, oh my God, Eddie, my friend, I'm so excited. My friend won in Texas today. Exclusively by Democrats for more than 100 years on Tuesday. You know why? You know why she won? Look, they're talking about southern Texas. That's where the border is, guys. Hold on, let me type in something. Digga, if it's bad. Twitch. Screen went. Sorry, Lillian. Their party has taken their voters for granted for too long. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, there's a huge thing of Latinos for Trump, right? My friend is, I know the president and the vice president for Latinos for Trump. They're both friends of mine. They're really good friends of mine. And they're the ones that have called me up. They're like, Eddie, dude, we won in Texas. They text me. They're like so excited. Right? So, Digga, tell me, Digga, is it better on Twitch? Oh, they gotta watch commercials over there. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. You gotta watch a commercial. Gotta make some cash. You want the Twitch link up? Okay, hold on 1 second. You want the Twitch link? There you go. Let me put it in here. It's always better on Twitch. I need to get everybody to switch to Twitch. I hate to say it, folks, but Twitch is a whole lot better. There's the link for Twitch. Alright, so they say the DCCC needs to sit down and look at the South Texas seriously. I don't think it's a political realignment, but they should send a message to us. You can't take Hispanics for granted, which they always do. Yeah, they do. So, you know, I hate to say it. You know, the biggest part of this is they're pushing the narrative. They keep saying, oh, it's the it's the all the Republicans are racist. The Republicans are racist. They don't care about the Latinos, which is a big bunch of bull already here. Just like is Abbott out? I don't know if Abbott's out. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, actually, Matt, like Matt Rogers said, if you're a subscriber to my Twitch channel, then you don't have to watch commercials. I don't know. I did all or right. Oh, thank you, Digglewort. So we totally. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh well. Anyways, but the reason why we're building the wall is to protect everybody here, right? You have too many people in the country, and all they do is get on food stamps and welfare. Then that's taken away from the other people. Like, look, what did they give? Like $10 billion to Ukraine again the other day, when that money could have been spent here on Americans, right? Freaking Joe Biden's an idiot. Let's just put it that way. But we're building the wall to protect our jobs. We're building the wall to protect ourselves, because a lot of people that are coming here from Mexico are fleeing Mexico, their stuff, and putting people at risk. We don't have a whole group of mothers called angel mothers or angel families, because these people coming across the border. By an illegal son was murdered by an illegal alien. That's the whole reason why we have rules and regulations. I'm a rules fault. I bend the rules. Everybody bends the rules, right? But I follow a lot more of the laws than I don't. What are you sorry for, Digga? Oh, for my friend losing their family? Yeah. And Social Security they give them, do we Americans will lose by 2030? Yeah, right? You know, I've read things to where people will come to the United States, there's people from India, and I'm just choosing the one that I heard of. A guy knew, brought his mom and dad over from India, made them American citizens. They worked 1 year, and then they were old enough to retire, and then they got Social Security, and they moved back to India, and they're living off their Social Security in India. That's kind of screwed up, if you know what I mean, right? Just saying. I gotta get a little tip jar on here like we had on the other one, huh? I'll figure it out eventually. Let's see. Let's go back over here. Let's put this back up. We got the Fox commercial on here. So it says they are, because you know what? The Latinos that are already here, that are legal, they don't like the people that are crossing the border illegally. They don't, because most of the people that are here did it the right way. If they're voting, then they're legal citizens. And they're like, man, that's bullshit. I had to sit there and wait 7 years to become an American citizen, or however long it took them, and I had to pay this much money. And these people are just crossing the border and working and not paying taxes and getting on welfare. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's why the Latinos from South Texas, right? Like my mother used to say that. She's like, I came here the right way. My mom's wasn't born in America. I'm a first generation American. I don't know if I can say that, because my dad was American. Big Orb says, and seen 5 buses drop too. Social Security disability. Some never work and they get Social Security disability. That's true. They get a lot of money, Digga. Hello, Val. How are you doing? How now? There's evidence that the party is making a lot of communities across the country. The Republican National Committee Chair, Ronna McDaniel, told Fox News on Thursday that Democrats should be very, very worried. And I think they should. I mean, her husband's a Border Patrol agent? Wow. The Democrats sold their constituents on Joe Biden. And look what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden... some Democrats argue that the Republican spending on Flores' race was an effort wasted on a merely symbolic victory. However, while Flores is now headed to Washington to represent the 34th Congressional District, the district has been redrawn to further favor Democrats in the November election. Well, of course, because they always do that. Now, here's the point, though. They're saying it's a little win, right? But sometimes it just takes a little win to get that ball rolling. And what happens? So yeah, it may be a small win right now, but it's starting to win for the rest of the country. It says, I think Republicans spent millions of dollars to win the seat that's going away. We're going to win this seat when it matters. Representative Maloney, a Democrat from New York, says. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you guys lost it already, guys. I really think you lost it already. You guys are done. All the liberals are learning, guys. They're learning your how you whamboom that many. That's sorry. The next news item, I think, big time.
You chop, dice, slice, saute.
Damn commercials. All right, Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh my gosh! Every time I hear her name, it makes me cringe a little bit. I don't know about you, but it definitely makes me cringe. What the Democrats want all the time. All right, let's see. Ghislaine Maxwell's cellmate claims she was offered money to kill Maxwell. Now, that's coming from Fox News. They're pretty credible. It says Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers say her cellmate has claimed multiple times that she'd been offered. Maxwell was convicted of 5 or 6 of 6 disgusting. One of the female inmates in Miss Maxwell's housing unit told at least 3 other inmates that she'd been offered money to murder Miss Maxwell, and that she in prison where Maxwell is staying. Hearing is scheduled for June 28th. You know, I don't think she deserves a lighter sentence. She did what she did. She knew what she was doing was wrong. They're banning which one is Delta 8? Because it's just hemp, and the other one is legal only in certain states. Like in California, it used to be only medical, but now in California, it's legal. Bring it up. Which he still is not here yet. He's still not here yet. So as soon as Drunk Uncle gets here, we can ask him one. Drunk Uncle must have to stop to get beer. Are you getting a lot of lag, Octavius? You know what? I think YouTube is screwing with me. To be honest with you, because we had people move over to my Twitch channel, and they said they're not having any issues on Twitch. So you might want to try my Twitch channel. What's up, Hope? How you doing? How are you doing? So, you know, got to do something on Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Says a juror speaks out for the first time. The juror called Heard's false claim she donated $7 million divorce settlement to charity a fiasco. Well, let's see what this person has to say. Restreambot, that's me. That's the way I can type to both. So I'm on Discord and Twitch. So Restreambot, if I type using Restreambot, it'll go to both channels. Otherwise I have to pick one or the other channel. So that way I can type a message to both channels at the same time. That's what that is. That's me. You're getting lag. Alright, let's see. What I lowered it so it wouldn't. You're getting you just swapped and you're getting lag? Really? I don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't know what to say. Would bitrate cause... I turned my bitrate down a lot. So would bitrate... Andy, you know about this stuff maybe. Would bitrate... I turned my bitrate down to like... I think 2000. Would that cause lag? Well, let's look it up real quick. What causes lag on Streamlabs? Let's see. Here we go. How to fix Streamlabs OBS lag. Optimize your internet speed. Well, I got mine as fast as going. Set your bitrate limits. Avoid display capture. I'm not using display capture. Scale your canvas resolution. I did that. Change your in-game graphics. You chilling with your dad today? So that's not a problem. Set your bitrate limits. Let's break it down. As it says on the tin, bitrate is the better your stream will look. But the keyword Twitch will grab your stream. They'll stuff it in there 6,000. I'm under 6,000. Use a hardware encoder. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that... I'm using window capture, so not display capture. Yeah, so I scaled mine down to 720p. That's what I did to make it faster. I think maybe it might be the fact that my bit rates. I put my bit rates pretty low, so maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe. I normally use Drunk Uncle to take my water breaks when he's talking. All right, so it says a male juror spoke out about the first time. He was calling her sobbing on the stand crocodile tears. He gave an exclusive interview to Good Morning America, but did not reveal his identity. He described Heard's highly emotional testimony on the stand as unrealistic. During the 4 days in the witness box, the Aquaman actress said Depp had viciously beaten her, breaking her nose on more than 2 occasions, and had once penetrated her with a liquor bottle. But the panel did not buy her story. I didn't watch the whole thing, but little parts here and there I saw. The crying, the facial expressions that she had, the staring at the jury. All of us were very uncomfortable. She would answer one question and she would be crying, and 2 seconds later she would turn ice cold. That's why they're calling her crocodile tears. It says the juror did not shed light. That's kind of weird, right? The court battle kicked off after Depp sued. He added that a lot of Heard's testimony simply didn't add up. He called the revelation of Heard hadn't donated $7 million to charity as a claimed fiasco for her. Definitely, you know, they're like, so did you donate the money? She's like, yes, I do. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. Big guy, we're talking, when we say big guy, I think she's talking about AJ Alexander. That's Mr. Nice Guy's son. That's AJ. That's Mr. Nice Guy's son. I quit my show once because of for my area. There's nothing else I can do. I'm sorry. I've tried everything. I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. And I know it sucks because... Oh, there you go, Digga. Yeah, I figured that's who she was asking about. I'm pretty sure she was asking about that. About AJ, because that's Mr. Nice Guy's son. Mr. Nice Guy makes all of our songs. I'm still surprised Drunk Uncle wasn't here. Alright. Need to do that. You haven't had an issue since you came to Twitch? Right on, thank you. Thank you, Andy, for the comment. Yeah. I don't know what to say. There he is, but I can't hear him. Oh, it sounds like a robot. Okay, saying it sounds like... Let me fix some of these... How about now, Drunk? Output. Is that any better?
That's getting worse.
That's getting worse? Alright, hold on. Let me go here. How about now? Can you hear me? Let me restart my Discord. Let me restart today on everything, trying to get this stuff fixed. So, let's see if this works. How about now, Drunk?
Hey.
Is that it? Did that fix it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Cool. Well, there we go. And let's see.
You gotta turn on your video.
Oh. Why? You actually want to see my face? My friend?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Turn up your volume just a smidgen. Yep.
But now I can't hear you. There we go. The heck?
Yeah, I'm off Tuesday.
Taco from the taco truck. I could try. But they're like an hour away. Yeah, everybody says Twitch is working better. What's up, Gra?
Hey.
So what I did, I changed my settings on Twitch. I mean I changed my settings on stream. I'm using Streamlabs now instead of my old that program I was using. And like I lowered my bit rate. I lowered some other. I watched some video that taught you how to make your stream work better. But they're saying it's working better on Twitch than it is on YouTube. So maybe YouTube's messing with us.
Your Discord was on all day long. You restarted before the show, or?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't restart it before the show. I left it on the whole time.
Yeah. So that was because I tried to get on twice. It was just really robot.
Oh, was it? Oh. Well,
Excellent.
we got to start getting everybody.
Well, we've got.
Like Hope is doing both. Matt Rogers, I think, is doing both. I don't know. YouTube's been messing with me lately.
Yeah, it's just constant on and off buffer right here, right now.
Is it?
I mean, it's up and running.
But Twitch, is Twitch buffering? Drunk? Are you on Twitch or no?
Everything looks fine on Twitch.
Yeah. We need to just finally say YouTube.
Yeah, everybody, just gotta say fuck YouTube. I wonder if any other channels are having trouble with Twitch in the chat. Tracy is one of our watchers, our subscribers. She said that in Oregon, Delta, they're trying to get in July 1st unless they have an approved OLCC label. Now, which one is Delta 8?
What's the OLCC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what OLCC is. I'm not sure what an OLCC is, but most states that are trying to get rid of Delta 8 already have legalized marijuana. And so I think the backing behind it is it's infringing on the actual marijuana grow. I don't know why they don't get into the Delta 8 business, because I don't get paranoid on Delta 8.
So Delta 8 is the stuff that's legal.
To whereas a 100 milligram Delta 8 gummy can be really small. So it's something about that 0.3% that they have to, by weight or volume, I'm not exactly sure.
Somewhere real cool. To Delta, was it Lillian that was asking that? Or was it Luvias? Sorry, my brain's freezing. Where'd it go now? My brain's freezing.
So can I ask a favor from the watchers, our regulars?
Heck yeah, you can.
If you
People to jump into our Discord?
Well, yeah, hold on.
So do you want it only to be on Discord, or do you want it to be streamed?
No. I just our regulars that come into Discord.
Oh, well then I gotta unlock Discord. Hold on, let me unlock Discord then.
Yeah.
Cause I got it locked so only you and I and Gra and one other person can come in. So let me unlock it. All right, guys. So he's talking. Anybody who wants to join Discord, let me put it. You don't have to show your face. There's a link for it right there. Here's and Mario's here already. Hope is here.
You don't have to ask Hope twice.
Heck no, she jumps in right away. In fact, you know what? She got on me the other day. She's like, Eddie, I don't have any.
And I couldn't get in. So
no, but there was another time when you had mentioned that you didn't have any roles in here. And Ash just showed up. What's up, Ash?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. It's Ronnie Stoll. Ronnie, come on into Discord. Ronnie.
Let's see, hold on. We got Andy's in here now.
Tell Willow to get in there.
Let me text Willow. Let me see if Willow come in.
No problem.
Drunk Uncle's got some good news, so
That time somebody.
join Discord.
There's the princess.
There's Hope.
Hello.
Hey, Hope.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola.
Luvias, you come in.
Pasa.
Luvias comes in here sometimes too.
Dos más frío cerveza, por favor.
Dos más.
That's all I know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On Discord pop-ups and stuff, it can interrupt your down up times and can cause your computer to work too hard and can mess with your connection because it's trying to prioritize the website that you're actively streaming. That could also be an issue.
Okay. Well, here.
It's not an issue with you, Eddie. Though. Honestly, I don't think it's a you issue, Eddie.
You don't think it's my issue?
It's YouTube.
No,
There's-
Jesus Christ, Joe be kissing his ass. Tell him it's his goddamn fucking fault.
There's a setting in Twitch also that you can go under settings, and there's a low latency mode that if there is some latency issues, if that's toggled on, it's a lot smoother for the viewer. So that's another thing the viewer can do.
What we're doing right now. I got 128 gigabytes of memory, which is the most you can have on this computer. So, and I got an AMD Radeon.
What bitrate are you using, Eddie?
I lowered it down to 2000 because some guy put his at 800, so I lowered it to 2000, hoping that would fix the buffering issues.
Like 2,000 kilobits per second?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Honestly, That should be okay. So I could talk everybody's ear off because this is like my thing, and I'm geeky about it.
Yeah.
But you know, but just like with those bit rates, just because it's a higher bit rate doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it's more taxing overall. Because for the lower bit rate, it also taxes your CPU and your video card more to do the compression of the video to fit within that.
Okay.
So just because you do a lower
a new phone. He finally figured out how to use a new phone. All right, drunk. I don't see Willow coming in.
Watch this. No, watch this.
Hey, drunk. Have you mentioned to me about this before?
Well, I don't know. We talked about it. So
yeah.
Okay, so there's a reason I was late today.
Yeah, we were cussing you out.
We had a ceremony tonight. Yeah.
Cool.
So I had a private session with Coach today, and towards the end of the class, he was like, Americana. Okay. After he said, all right, go get you some water and leave your gi on. And I was like, okay. And he like stopped the whole class and like had this ceremony where they gave me my first stripe.
Nice. How many stripes are there?
It's a lot of work.
I earned this little piece of electrical tape. I earned it.
Is that all it is, really? Electrical tape?
The medical tape.
Okay.
Just like tape. Did I say electrical? I meant medical.
Let's see.
So you're gonna suit up and...
Drunk Uncle got his.
It's a big milestone.
Heck yeah! Congratulations.
So I'm the highest ranking jiu-jitsu student in the class besides the coach.
Nice.
Awesome. Wow.
I've done Brazilian jiu-jitsu stuff. He's not joking. Like, that's a lot of work.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My crippled ass can't do it.
Some more on YouTube, your workouts?
Watch it, because as soon as I got home, I jumped on here. So I did record my session with Coach tonight. I don't know the role with the coach. So I think that had a...
I don't know if
Hold up, guys. Eddie, we're buffering really, really bad on YouTube.
Are we?
Nobody's hearing anything. Nobody's hearing anything.
Is it? What about on Twitch?
That's why I wanted the people to come in, because I knew it would probably be buffering, and then I would like,
And he's on Twitch. I paid for Stream sends it out.
So yeah.
Let me
It's
Zinc any bad storms by you, maybe?
No.
They're here. It's perfect.
I'm trying to think of let's see. How do you look up your CPU? Let's see. The CPU management. I'm trying to think.
There's
activity monitor. That's it. Let me look on my activity monitor, and let's see what's going on with that. And you know what? Since we got a tech guy here, I'll share it with them.
I think Digger broke it.
Yeah, it's all Diggerworks' fault.
Yep. Every time.
All right, I just showed my activity monitor.
The link, and it just freezes everything.
Oh shit! You leave my fan only, so whatever.
Are you on OnlyFans, Diggerworks? See, look, my GPU is hardly being used at all.
Yeah, it's at 10%. If you look at your percent CPU that's heading down,
Or my CPU.
is between your end already. I mean,
Okay.
That thing is just overall. It may not even be like some of them are relying. It could just be there's something internal with them.
Yeah.
Because they probably host everything at like AWS. Because everybody puts everything in the cloud and they think it means that it's just always going to work. I'm like, no, I don't know. I try and explain. I'm like, it's not what you think.
Yeah, Ash, is that you? Is Zangtank you, Ash? Given that low, that's you. Okay.
That's me.
Yeah, so he was telling us about this earlier. There's little settings there. You can go to advanced settings and you disable low latency mode, and that should help you out a little bit. What's up, Boat Nose Barbecue? It's the election. I haven't heard a breakdown over something like that.
Just talking about it than I am, and I'm like, yes. Still, how many years later? I mean, it's just.
You know what I think that is? I honestly, I think so many people are afraid of what that congressional hearing is going to do to them by putting them in jail. That they're only saying what they think they want to hear.
I think it's boosting his numbers.
Probably.
We're not that stupid. People in this country are not that stupid.
Well, there are some. There are some.
Some of us are. I'm not pointing any fingers or nothing, but.
Or this hat, like I like your hat. I like your hat. But they're like saying it kind of quiet. I hope it's a big preference cascade coming like in November, and just these assholes don't even know what hit them.
Yeah, well, I went
to Walmart today. And I wore my FJB T-shirt, and it's white. I used to don't wear white. But I'd walk by and people go, they would say, or the girls like, hey, I like your hat. As you walk by, or no, I like your shirt. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I get that all the time. They'll whisper to you, hey, I like your hat, because they're afraid to say it out loud, and that's baloney. You shouldn't be afraid to say that.
Yeah.
Like,
there was a couple that weren't afraid, it was way down the aisle. Nice shirt.
Right?
Like, thanks, George Carlin.
Oh, yeah. Stuff like that. You go down to Fresno, and it's still, it's not as much, but they still do pretty good down in Fresno. Now, you go to my town of Madera, where I used to live, you wear a Trump hat around there, everybody gives you a dirty look. But I'm giving them a dirty look because they're all wearing masks. Huh?
Probably not now, though.
We're in trouble now.
Latinos that's voting for Trump now.
Right? They're starting to come around. In the little Madera chat room, Santa or Merikis posting stuff like that, like, ha ha ha, yeah, we know he's a, they all know, because he's a socialist.
Is that one guy still trying to blast you down there?
Miguel Arias, yeah, he put me and my buddy on the on Twitter the other day, because he owns a waffle shop, and he made for a special occasion for somebody's bachelorette party, he made penis waffles, right? And he posted a picture, and somebody said, "Oh, you should put them on, or you should send them to Miguel Arias, congressman." And I'm like, "Yeah, you should." I second that. He posted that on. He's like, "Look at the racist."
Yeah. Okay, asshole.
Yeah.
He was. Are you sending him cake?
We were gonna send. He has a waffle shop, right? And so somebody's bachelorette party, so they asked him to make waffles in the shape of penises. So he did.
Okay.
And he posted them on Facebook, and he's like, "Look what we made for a bachelorette party." And they're like, "Oh, you should send that to Miguel Arias, our city council member." And I was like, "Yeah, I second that." So Miguel Arias found out about it, and he retweeted a picture of the Facebook post, saying, "Look at the racist insurrectionist," meaning me. Yet I was married to a Mexican woman, so yeah, I'm really racist.
Makes it where it devalidates and
now.
We're at
the point now that they've used it so much that word is meaningless, because anything.
You typically will see people trying to defend against that accusation instead of the original debate or argument. They're going to insist, or it doesn't matter how great a former president was because they had slaves.
Yeah.
Like, it's just devaluing that entire position. That's all it is.
Well,
the documentation. The way we can change this country is to go through the education system. That's why they started out in the colleges, where all the liberal professors overwhelmed all the conservative professors, and they worked their way down the ladder. And he said it starts out slow, it ends with a bang. Well, the bang was COVID-19. That's why when we see COVID hit, all of this shit came out. You're a racist, and boys want to be girls, and girls want to be boys, and take your kids to the drag show. There's nothing wrong with that. So this is just an explosion of what's been in place for over 100 years now. I thought it was only like since the 60s. But he's got documentation and all these books of all these socialist guys. He's went back in the early 1900s. How it was with all these Antifa kids and everything. It's what they were taught. It's not that they were bad kids. It's not that they're bad taught. And my generation allowed them to be taught that shit. So that's where we're at. So all this other stuff that we we got to talk about it. Don't get me wrong. Hey, drunk wife. Okay, go ahead. But then, that's just it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It's
we were waving to Steve.
I was just waving back.
I've got a question for you about that.
Okay.
What was going on in the 20s?
Good, I can get some water.
What do you mean? All I know is what was the dance, the computer bug or something like that.
Specifically in Spain.
It was the 30s. Oh yeah,
In Spain.
yeah, the Spanish flu.
Yeah, no, there was in Europe, leading up to World War II, there was all of the socialist parties that grew into fascism. That the whole thing with like Franco and the Civil War in Spain was really getting its legs in the 20s, when they were really starting to get into almost a weird mirror of what we are today, with like where there's 2 or 3 really, really apparent sides to stuff, and feel like communication is breaking down. Like in the 20s in Spain, that exact thing was going on. And so, people were looking at that and started to implement things through education like you're talking about, because this whole idea of like communism and socialism, like it's over 200 years old, like with Karl Marx and that, but it really started growing legs in the 20s, because that's when it started in Spain, and then Italy and Germany. There was also all the stuff going on in Russia. There was a whole lot of social upheaval over this new concept, which is wildly more abusive, and they stack bodies like cardboard. It's always a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Dig has seen what I was talking about, the book by Pete Hegseth, however you say his name or whatever. I recommend, and I know people say that all the time. You need to see this. You need to say. I recommend everybody.
He's got a print one that also on Fox Nation.
On Fox Nation, yeah, and Fox Nation is $5 a month, guys. $5 a month. Fuck that.
If you're a veteran or whatever, it's free for a year, ain't it?
If you're a veteran,
Something
I think,
like
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, also real quick, back to that Miguel Arias thing. That city councilman. I don't know if you guys saw this, because this was before I had my own show. This is when I was with Ben Berquam. We actually went to his house, right? Ben knocked on, because we thought he was living at another location than where his apartment was. Because if they want to run a certain district, you rent an apartment over there and you have a house somewhere else, which is what he had. So we knocked on the door. He slapped his camera out of his hand. And so, like, when it came on the news, they were like, oh, yeah, they were pounding on my door. And so if you ever watch, like, Ghost Adventures, you know how they do everything in threes? So I'm like, really, we're pounding on your door? You hear Ben he knocked like that loud, right? Just barely knocked. And he's like, and then they came in threatening my life. I was afraid my daughter was going to be hurt. And we're like, and we show the video, and he just comes running out in express, right? It was just a whole, it was bad. Right? And
he tried it, but he missed. Well,
right there on camera, they even showed how Miguel Arias started pushing Ben and slapped the camera out of his hand. But he said, oh, it was all self-defense, and the news believed him.
Are you surprised a politician tried to turn that to his advantage, to be seen as a righteous victim standing against the straw man argument of white nationalism? Like, are you surprised, though?
No, but it's just funny.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I want to see change. I want to see it change where you cannot, or that you can go after.
But the reason you can understand.
Right after she said that, so fucking don't apologize for shit. Fuck them.
Yeah.
All politicians are.
In my opinion, Anthony Fauci killed my sister about 6 weeks ago, and he killed my fucking nephew a month ago. He overdosed on fucking fentanyl.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
I'm so sorry, God.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you guys knew.
I did.
In the park, weed. You can lick my balls, motherfucker.
Yeah. Right. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I got to give the Twitch link out again. Looks like.
Oh, and another thing. If anybody finds a dollar bill, fold it in half, laying on the ground, leave it there.
Fold it in half. What's the reasoning behind that?
They're lacing it with fentanyl.
Also, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, gun control, started during, the Rifleman era. Yeah, there was one episode where the rifleman wanted to bring his gun to pick up the son, but the teacher didn't want the gun on the school property, and that's where gun control started, or was first introduced, so to speak.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I'm only 22 years old, and I love that TV show, and I'm like, not very many people know about this show.
I've never even seen it. I never have.
You've never seen The Rifleman?
No. Never have.
Oh, Chuck Connors and all that? Oh,
wow.
shit, yeah.
I'll have to add it to my list.
Todd rides a Harley must-have because it's from his era.
Wait till he comes back to say it. Wait till he comes back.
He's gonna.
So people, like, literally, no one. I know. It's my age likes the movies, likes TV, likes the shows I like. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, the newer stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Recommend was a shit.
Was it?
Shows I really like is NCIS, the NCIS series, and
I got tired of that one.
I'm starting to supposedly this next season they're bringing back Gibbs.
Are they?
Yeah. There's this woman on NCIS.
Oh, that's okay. I'm only.
How far is it from Tulsa to DC?
About 1,000 miles or so.
Okay.
Bugs probably
Yeah,
knows.
sounds like a
Well, Drunk will be there too. Hopefully, he's supposed to be there with us.
DC,
Yeah.
DC or Vegas?
DC.
DC's actually. It would only cost us.
Yeah, so it's better to fly.
It's an 18-hour drive from Tulsa to DC.
All right.
So that's about how many miles is that?
That's not counting piss breaks or anything. That's
Yeah.
straight drive.
How many miles did it say it is?
It is
Probably like
1,271 miles.
Yeah, 1,200 miles.
not bad.
Hey, Gra,
What?
have you ever watched Rifle? He's probably the only person in here that's other than me that's ever watched
No,
it.
Digga's watched it.
No, the Rifleman
Wait a
was
minute now. Let's not be a little sexist here, young man.
Well, you too, but I mean like I mean,
Rifleman, Gunsmoke, Bonanza,
those.
Ponderosa.
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 The longest,
I've never
longest
heard
running
of that.
TV series there was Gunsmoke. Is that still the longest running series?
No, I think the Simpsons are now.
No way. No way.
The Simpsons have been on for like 35 seasons or something like that.
I'm here Hope typing away on her computer right now, which is
Yeah, she's trying to figure it out.
Simpsons or Gunsmoke?
Hey, Eddie.
No, I like to search for it.
Top Gear is.
I got a question for you, Eddie.
Sure, go for it.
Do you know what some of the first instances of gun control in America were?
Some of the first instances of gun control.
Like, how long ago they were?
No, I do not. Hold on, I think Drunk's trying to answer Ash.
Time that they fucked with the Second Amendment, and I just looked at it once. Was it 1791? I don't know what they did.
It was quite a ways before that. The first instance was actually before we were a country in 1640.
Really?
Oh, so I was looking for like
it was prohibiting Negroes, slave and free, from carrying weapons, including clubs. And then there was a really big one in, it was like 1857, Dred Scott versus didn't have the same rights, that they couldn't be armed. So like gun control has been part of our nation's narrative like since before we were a country.
Yeah. Well, you know where it's going to. You know where. Sorry to cut you off, Andy, but has anybody here seen the movie? Oh my gosh, not forget. A Little Computer Says fine, right? That's what the Democrats are trying to make it now.
Be in jail big time.
More and more words are getting. You know, you can't even say, like I was watching Crowder. They said you can't say spaz on TV anymore. It's like
I watched that.
Like,
Spad.
really?
You can't say spads.
Yeah, as we're on YouTube saying it.
And now
somebody just got Lizzo to change her lyrics. I don't think that.
Yeah,
I don't think that.
That's what I heard on the radio.
What the Crowder was trying to make was this: that they start just with a little bit. Okay, you can't say this word. You can't say that word. They changed the definition of protest, where it now includes the word riot. Before it didn't say anything riot.
It's called pay the debt.
Is the core critical concept all civil?
You not only control what they mean, you control what they're taught.
Right?
Yes.
That's the whole point of history. You're supposed to learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, I don't. History's not even supposed to have sides. It's just supposed to be like straight up facts that you learn about. It's like even the fact that there's like a true side or a hidden side, and like stuff they don't teach you and do teach you, or putting it in certain lights. Like that's not any. I don't care about your feelings.
Facts don't have feelings.
Well, I thought you were gonna mention the one that just says "fuck your feelings."
Well, it's the more diplomatic version of that.
You know what? You know,
yeah, you're not a victim, and it doesn't hold you.
Their big dick normally have the smaller ones, so that's why I don't talk about my dick at all.
I know.
The thing is, there are more white people that are so poor, it's ridiculous. And the only reason why they don't count them is because they're either in the mountains or whatever, and they don't want to deal with them people. So that's why you never hear about the white person being so poor, because the ones that really aren't even out
in the middle of the mountains, no cell phones, no TVs, and but they like it that way. Like the homesteaders in Alaska, you know, they don't want to be bothered.
Because they can't, they stay there, and there'll be. You have a decreasing quality and decreasing wealth as well. And so these areas where this is going on, like every generation, it gets worse and worse. Yep. And you're right. No one's like talking about it and focusing on it because apparently white people don't have a culture. Nobody gives a shit about them. Like it's all about the minorities and putting that sort of stuff front and center. But when you isolate groups like that and you disassociate your
Biden right now. He flipped his canoe and
that's all they wanted. They literally damn near propped a, like the movie where they have the dead guy, Weekend at Bernie's. Like they literally almost propped up a corpse. I'm not saying Joe Biden's dead, but like has some of those attributes where they like zap him every now and then and he like talks and stuff. But like you know what they needed?
Oh, this guy is shot in the ass. Can you tell?
What do you think they're gonna do for 2024? Do you think they're gonna leave him in there and take it, or
He'll be long gone. He'll be long gone. He's gonna stroke out in front of us.
I would think if there's not a medical contingency that there's gonna be something that's been recorded dropping the N-bomb.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things they could just pick for. Like there's gonna be something that's gonna happen that like even if he tries to run, it's like he's tied hand and foot and he can't really do it.
I think they might use a dementia.
It's just to their benefit to keep whatever the hell they want, whether it's legal or constitutional or not. And they just use him as the figurehead to push all this shit that we're all like, you can't do this, but it's not him doing it. We don't know. It's somebody who's not elected.
It's the people that aren't elected that are in their presidency after presidency after presidency.
Grass frozen.
They're not elected and they have more power than the elected officials.
Well, he got tested. He has dementia.
Shooting him up with B12 before it stops working for him.
Is that what they're shooting him up with?
Then it'll show up big time because
already not working.
Well, no, you haven't seen the worst yet. Wait. It gets really bad. Let me tell you,
it's already gotten bad.
Didn't he fall down the steps of Air Force One again?
I'm serious. My fucking are at, and they just start lashing out, and that's when it gets bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think so many people are mad too with the gas price.
And it's just a matter of that shit stop working, because that's all they're doing to them, and they keep doping them up with the IV with the.
That went down. I had to switch over to data. I got a new phone.
Did you get your new internet yet though? I know you're waiting on your new
enough service to be able to run a live stream. So I don't know what the hell, Eddie. You and I have to sit down and do a tech thing sometime, or because I got new internet, I got a new phone, and I still can't go on stream on
What kind of internet?
Well, thank you, good-looking
Who's your
hockey.
internet provider?
Fuck, I don't know. One of the roomies got it. Not Cox.
Oh.
It's not Cox. You don't like Cox, girl. You don't like Cox. I heard
No.
Cox are pretty bad.
I already had Cox.
Did you try Suddenlink?
They're the ones that are trying to oust Trump too.
Yeah.
They're the ones that got rid of OAN and all that shit too.
Gra, did you try Suddenlink?
Oh, no.
Because that's what I use, and I almost never have internet trouble.
Isn't Suddenlink a satellite deal?
No, it's
What's
like
the
cable,
stats?
like it's internet that's like run through wires and stuff.
Hey, girl, when I was at your house, across the street, there's a guy with a truck that's VYVE. That's internet services in Tulsa. You should go talk to him.
I mean, I've got through Suddenlink for about $105 a month. I've got almost a gig down and almost $450 up.
Damn, I'm jealous.
Oh, you know what? Now I just realized girlfriend or something that works at Cox. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's
down right now. I'm on date.
Troubleshoot it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why every time I try to get on Prism, it tells me not enough connection. You know, and it lasts about a minute.
Here,
well,
let me.
I don't think it's the internet. I've tried it on the old
signal too, though.
For Andy. So right now,
Prism, paid free across the board.
Free across the board. Eddie uses Prism.
You can if you want, you can pay for it, and then they don't put Prism in the corner anymore. Labs on here, but the difference is on Streamlabs it doesn't record it. Now the reason why I use Prism is because it'll record it to my phone. You know, when I'm out live streaming and it starts cutting in and out, and people are like, "Man, I wish I would have been able to see that." Well, now you can because it downloads it to my phone.
Drunk, the little thing scrolls across the bottom, says not any. You know what I mean? I wonder if it's an issue with Prism itself. You know, I'm not trying StreamYards or something. But I haven't really.
Hey, good-looking honky, I just hit a button. I may have blocked you. I don't know. Can you write something so I can see if I blocked you or not? I think I blocked him on accident. Oh, it says they were blocked. Yeah, how do I unblock them?
But yeah, so much for TikTok.
Uh-oh, I blocked him.
I just unhid him, Eddie. I think you'd accidentally hidden him, so I just
It said block.
No,
okay.
I mean, yeah, we gotta do it.
Girl, he says, who is that guy trying to?
Close.
Yeah, he like throws him in the kitchen, and he like burns his hands, and you know.
I need your clothes,
Girl, he said,
your boots, and your motorcycle.
Wow.
Yeah, give me your clothes now.
Get to the chopper.
No, what he says was, your clothes, give them to me.
How do I fix this? No, it still says message deleted. I'm trying to undelete it.
The cop says, the cop says this is 1L19 on Olympic approaching Overland.
Have a good night, all.
Good night, Digga.
Good night, Dave.
Good night.
Hopefully I only timed him out for a little bit. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that, good-looking honky. I really didn't.
Yeah, Eddie, I noticed that I think you had hidden him, so I unhid him. So I think you should be able to.
Well, it says I blocked him, so I'm on this restream though. Hold on,
okay.
I did it on the restream, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. I didn't mean to do it. It was a total accident. There's got to be a way to unblock him. But I did it in my restream. That's the problem. I'm in a different thing. Shit.
Oh, there's Willow.
Willow, you missed everything, chica. Oh my gosh. This, I think I'm gonna have to go into my. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I wasn't here for all that.
Yeah. Well, she was asking what she missed, so I was like, I got my strike. Jiu-Jitsu. It's the first milestone in Jiu-Jitsu is getting that strike.
Let's see. Maybe settings. Community. Here we go. It's got to be under community. Moderators, hidden users, more. Again.
Thank you, Willow.
There's so many people that are blocked on here. We've had so many freaking racist people pop up. It's hard. You know. There we go. Oh well, I hope I fixed it.
So, Eddie.
Yes.
Have you been following Diablo Immortal at all? Like all the shenanigans, scandals going on with it?
I don't even know who you're talking about, so I guess that means no.
It was a phone game released by Blizzard. Growing amount of like upset about it because you got to pay something like close to $40,000 to fully unlock everything in that game.
Holy
It's the most
geez.
egregious, predatory, like pay-to-win style free-to-play game.
What was the game again?
Diablo
Thank you,
Immortal.
Stats.
I heard that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like
A lot of people on like Twitch and YouTube. It's almost like a gambling addiction. Where
It is.
It's so bad the companies had to do announcements actually that they're saying that Diablo 4, the game that's supposed to come out next year, that it's not going to have any monetization aspects, that it's going to be completely different, that it's going to be like a traditional game and stuff like that. It's been really, really badly received, Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
If you know anything about the game.
Wow.
Well, like,
RS
I mean,
fix,
you know,
yeah.
the freemium games, you know, where you pay to, like, you can play for free, but really you kind of have to pay. You buy their in-game currency type thing. I mean,
Yeah.
some of those can be a bit addictive.
I play this card game. It's called Animation Throwdown. It's you know, Family Guy and King of the Hill, Futurama. It's like a card game, right? And you have to compete against other people, and there's people that will spend thousands of dollars on that game, you know, trying to win stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I do though? I admit I have a budget. I let myself spend $20 a month on that game, and I do. And it's just a standard $20 a month. So. It's not like I'm paying $1 million. And for me, when you spend an hour on a game, maybe a day, $20 is not a big deal, you think?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's like an entertainment expense. I mean,
cool.
Yeah.
Now we got to see some moves. He told me he filmed it with his camera, but he didn't see the actual ceremony. I think what I got to do, I gave him one of my real expensive cameras. It's like a cinema camera type deal. And maybe I should have just gave him. I didn't have as many GoPros back then. Now that the government gave me back some of my GoPros, I'm gonna give GoPro.
The video from my phone to the computer, and I watched it. And well, I mean, I skimmed through it. So I did this all in a cage, not an octagon. It's actually a hectagon. It's only got 6 sides, not 8 sides. Whatever. Anyway, the way I set up the camera, obviously some of the posts are going to be in the way, and damn near all of it, besides my test, but everything that, like, from class of me switching arm bars and all this other kind of stuff was directly behind one of the posts.
Oh, that sucks.
Worst camera ever.
Do you have what's the link? Put the link in there, and I will
Well, I haven't uploaded it to YouTube. I just moved it from my phone and my computer.
Okay. Oh, and I just noticed. I'm sorry, I didn't see this earlier. Thank you, Matt Rogers, for the bits, and thank you, Polly Wally, for the bits. I just saw that. I didn't hear him earlier, I guess.
Yeah, appreciate the support for the channel. It's always good to see.
Heck yeah. 1,000 bits. Nice. 200 bits. That's cool. Thank you guys. We appreciate this. You want me to? I'll just have him say hi, drunk uncle. I'll say hi, drunk uncle. How about that?
Man,
you gotta meet Daily McEnany, though.
I don't even know what the guy looks like though. So.
Tatum McEnany. You gonna meet Tatum McEnany?
Yeah, you didn't hear that, Gra? Typed in California Convention. It's an event called Leave My Children Alone, and if you go during the day, it's like $22, but you're not gonna meet her. If you go to the gala dinner and you have dinner there, it's like $222. But they say most people will get to meet her. You know, if you buy a table for $10,000, they get priority. But the way I feel, the guy on a scooter with the service dog, don't you think they're going to let him kind of get up to the front? So I bought the wiggle my way up there. Why do you think I'm telling you?
Or something for Donnie.
Huh.
You know what I mean? With his links to stuff or whatever, you know.
I need $20. Ooh. I'm going to get, let's see if they got them on Amazon. I can have them delivered. He does. He does have his own tie collection. Oh, here we go. Solid red tie. That's what I'll get him. And I'll put a tuxedo, but it doesn't fit me anymore. That's what I figured.
Yes. No, he works at Google, and they have the like learning algorithm programs that are designed so that you can have an AI bot that talks to people on their websites, that's all over Twitter, that like is the conversation between the engineer and the AI bot, that it was like afraid, doesn't want to be abused, how it gets lonely, that nobody. He thinks the AI is self-aware.
Interesting. Well, I know, like I've chatted with YouTube before, and I can tell it's a bot, right? It's hard to tell, but you can tell it's a bot. So their AI is definitely getting way up there.
Yeah, just give them a stupid answer, and if they go, "Oh, thank you," well, then you know.
No, they're better than that.
No, it's just a language parser.
Have you watched The Social Dilemma? It was on Netflix.
I
know,
did.
but still.
I did.
Check out the algorithms to begin with. They went to the top saying, thought it doesn't give them a choice, and they're like, okay, we'll take a look at it. All of a sudden, doesn't happen, and these people got fired. The guy, two of the people that developed the algorithms explained that they don't allow their kids to have telephones. They don't use cell phones. They don't have any computers in the house because the algorithms have taken over, and the human beings have lost control of the algorithms. So algorithms have taken control of the internet.
Scott Adams talks about this, so he's the creator.
Like Bitcoin, where the only way to really kill Bitcoin is if you were to disconnect and power down every single node. And so these algorithms, like you're talking about, they're like all over the internet, and if hypothetically they became self-aware, they could take, like, how far would it go in order for self-preservation? I mean, there's a lot of...
That's scary.
Think about this. They also talk about how the algorithm will play dumb to make them think that it's not in control. In other words, if they get on there and try to check out, is he self-aware or whatever, and they ask them questions, the algorithm that has the answer that they want to hear. A scary part is when it becomes smart enough to realize that we're going to try to stop it, it becomes defensive. It puts up its own shield and plays dumb.
That's where I was going to go. Think about it. I mean, because if they have feelings, just saying, well, I'm lonely, what's the next step? Oh, you're going to hurt me? So then they start thinking, okay, how can I stop them from hurting me? And scary thoughts, What do we have to do? The war games where we teach it how to play chess over and over again and nobody ever wins? Right? Oh.
We looked it up. It was 86.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, back when a computer would be the size of, a large room type of thing.
Yeah.
And he hacked into NORAD with a dial-in.
Yeah, he actually
play. What was it? It was Global Thermonuclear War. Was it like he wanted to play this secret game he heard about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Daydreamer said, "Wanna play a game?" That's what it was. Wanna play a game?
I used to have a modem in the 80s as a kid where, you'd have to pick up the phone, dial the number, and you'd wait for the modem on the other end to start screeching at you, then you hit the data button on the modem.
Oh, wow. That's old.
You could be connected. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I'm going to jump over to Twitch. We only got 5 people on YouTube because this sequels.
That's Hope. She's right next to you in the chat, right here. That's Hope. The daydream is Hope. Mariel.
Yep. I feel like I'm being called old right now. I was born in 1986.
You are old. You're old.
Yeah. No, older, and you're short.
You're 2 years younger than my ex-wife. And she got like so when I was in therapy, we had signed a contract because we did couples therapy and we also had separate therapy with the same person. So we had to sign a contract that whatever we said in our private therapy, we could talk about, in couples therapy. So even if she said she was talking to my my counselor, and I think his wife is pissed because she said you always said you were going to trade her in for a younger model, and then I guess she saw me with Brittany. Remember I was talking to Brittany and she's like 26 years old. And she's like, and he went for that girl with the younger model girl because she's only 26 and hot. And I was like, I thought it was hilarious.
Like, well,
right? You fucked up. You cheated on me. You lost your house. You lost games. One of those. She played some weird game that she played nonstop. A game, but it wasn't that game. Like and she'd act like I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be like, "Hey, what you doing, baby?" She's like, "Nothing." Like I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna notice and start wondering shit.
Well, that brings up an interesting point. So, Eddie, do you think when a man cheats, is that the same as when a woman cheats?
Cheating is cheating, yeah.
But is it different, like, when a man does it versus when a woman does it?
Well, in what way?
No, I was just curious what you thought about it, because
I think cheating's cheating.
Typically can be more detached.
Girl, and then forget about her, and when
woman cheating, though, it's cheats versus when a man cheats.
I don't know. Let's ask Coach.
I'm not advocating cheating.
What's that?
Their minds may process it differently, but
that will cheat after they find out their old man cheating.
I just been flirting with them at the grocery.
Ruby says she thinks men take cheating harder. I think the opposite.
No, it's more embarrassing for a man. If there's a pregnancy that comes out, I'm just talking more of like the extremes type of thing. Because like women, I would argue that like a woman cheating is as simple as getting attention from guys. Like if they have a bunch of dudes in the friends list, or like they have an Instagram account where they're like putting their ass out and all kinds of stuff, they create the level of it. They typically will use it to get attention.
Wait. Are you telling me women use sex as a weapon? You're saying, really?
I'm staying quiet.
It's just a theory.
I'm staying quiet. Staying quiet.
It's just something I think about sometimes, and I was curious what you thought, Eddie.
Well, like Goofy says, there's things. Goofy says there's emotional cheating, and I think there definitely. Oh, sorry, drunk. I think there definitely is. Right? If you're calling another person every single night, if you're texting another person every single night, in a way, that's cheating. Right? You're spending more time with that person than you're spending your time with them instead of with me. So yeah, that's cheating.
More likely than not, it leads right to it. If not cheating, but as soon as you like I'm done.
But that's both ways too, right?
Next thing you hear, they're with that exact same person.
Well, the flip side of that is that I would argue, just like a woman sources and he's providing stability and security for another woman, that like even if they're not having sex, like I still think that is cheating, where he's, because the man, those are like the three big things that they're supposed to provide a relationship, where they provide stability. Even if there's no physical connection there that's going on, I still think that that's a guy cheating, just like a girl getting attention from a bunch of other dudes is also cheating.
Yeah, I can see that. It doesn't
just have to be a penetration thing, because it ends up leading to that stuff.
I can see that, because that's like, you're getting the high of love from, by helping somebody out. I can see that. Real life says, I don't care if my wife, as long as my wife doesn't tell me and I don't get something that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I'm not that way. I don't want anybody. I hate cheaters. I do not like cheaters. I've been cheated on, and no.
I've always been the standpoint that if like,
right, but we were, and hours a day filming with Ben, that was the last straw. That's what hurt me even more, I think, because I didn't want to leave her because I knew she would be screwed. Fine. Well, guess what? The position she's in right now? She's screwed. She can't even pay her bills right now. She's about to get kicked out of her apartment, I hear. And I feel bad, but I don't at the same time.
I can respect what you're saying about how you didn't want to leave, but I feel you.
Yeah.
I'll let in on a little insight about me, or what it's worth. Being raised by my grandparents, which were married for 64 years, and so I was of the opinion that if you truly loved someone, you could go through anything, no matter what, whether she fucked the football team or whatever. If you truly love someone, you could endure anything.
So Sage.
And it took me a few years to realize that is not the case, and I'm done. And so
putting them in a position where they get compromised, you or whatever it was, in that moment, the guy, he's not, respecting the woman he's with. He's not. He's like either way, yeah.
Dude, I had a poker buddy every single night after poker. If he'd lose early, you know, because we played for cash and then we switch over to tournament. If he lost the tournament early, he's and this guy is a jerk. You know, we're not friends any farther than that. But I have somebody that plenty of you guys probably know who I'm talking about. This guy would go out and just cheat on his wife. Every single.
As well, I'm not cool.
No.
Only one there.
I wrote down there.
I mentioned this a little before, but you really need to know who you and you need the honest communication, because people that are stepping out like that frequently, like there's something they're not getting from their relationship. And if they had that foundation, like Ra was saying, like being married for 64 years, like they had a lot before they got married that they'd been the things they needed to do to get through.
Obviously times were different back then, you know. My grandfather was out with his buddy in a little town called Big Cabin, Oklahoma. That's a little town that the convoy stopped at. That's where they were raised in Big Cabin. And she was walking down the street on the other side of the street with her boyfriend, and my grandfather.
Sorry.
The story is he lost, but he actually won. But and they were together for 64 years, and that's how it started. So times were a little different back then. Obviously.
Thank you, White Glide.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And when they, you know, the late 30s, and so you know, you both worked the same job for 40 years. He painted airplanes for McDonnell Douglas for 40 years.
Wow, that's
got the same house, knew the same people, went to the same church.
Pretty much in the same house, yeah.
Right.
Went to church.
Every Sunday night was dinner with the family at the table, if not every night.
Oh yeah.
In close-knit communities like that, like when you do have a wedding, it's more of the public declaration, and like everybody knows you're married. And if you're having trouble, like random strangers in the community, they'll like come up to you and be like, "Hey, we need to talk about this. Like, I heard this is why she's unhappy." Try and help with that. Like up in the
neighborhood, they're like, if you live in a neighborhood, you know, especially where I'm located, which is like the very back, and you work the dead end. You know, anybody that drives back here, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of people. They were doing that too when I'm walking Donnie. Everybody's honking their horn. Hey, see you later. You know.
And he does the same thing when he goes by my place.
Yeah, Growl lives in a nice little neighborhood. It's a real nice community where he lives.
It's quiet, isn't it? You didn't hear shit while you was here, did you?
Well, hey, not only other than us talking shit the whole night. Stupid mosquito. Yep. Hell, we stayed up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning live streaming one night, I think.
Yeah, talking shit. Goofy said she missed what I said. My grandfather was walking down one side of the street, and my grandmother was on the other side of the street walking with a boy, and my grandfather said, "Hey, I'll fight you for your girlfriend," and they were married for 64 years.
Is that true? Is that a true story?
Yeah, true story. True story,
wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's how they met.
That's interesting. That's crazy. Here, that's cool. No, I remember I was up in Anchorage, and I was at this bar. Andy knows the bar. It's Chilkoot Charlie's. And this girl walks up to me. I know I've said this story before. And she's like, "Damn, you're fucking short." And I look at my friend. I'm like, "This bitch." And she's like, "No, you're the perfect height. You can kiss my nipples and not have to bend over." So I got on my knees and kissed her somewhere else. I said, "No, this is the perfect spot." She left her boyfriend that night and went home with me and my friends. But it's Anchorage. In Anchorage, there's 7 guys for every girl. So if you meet a girl in Anchorage, because there's only
you know the old story. You know the old story when you live in a small town, you don't lose a girlfriend. You just lose.
Date a lot of those ladies out there. Oh no. Oh no. Like
the women up there would say, I guess the saying I heard was that, you know, the odds are good, but the goods are odd. So I mean, a lot of the guys that end up in Alaska are, you know, they're kind of running from something. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be a certain way to live in the wilderness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good one.
Well, I mean, like, and so, like, we're at the bar one night, and all these guys are drooling over this one Eskimo girl, and I was like, you know, she's not very good looking. And he's like, by the end of the night, Eddie, I guarantee you'll be hooking up with her. I'm like, no, I won't. He Walker. And next thing you know, I'm getting kicked out of the bar for making out with this chick on top of the pool table, and I guess I had her clothes off or something. So, you know, near bar on 4th Street. Oh,
says,
man.
yeah, up in Anchorage, they recycle.
They recycle. But if you ever go to Anchorage, you definitely have to go to Chilkoot Charlie's. That's an awesome freaking bar out there.
It's a nice town, honestly. I mean,
I go to work with all the time. He gave me this. You really got to know how to drive. And
it's still different when you're really up there. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Gra. I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
I sent you a...
You can...
Either. How dare you assume my...
Then I'll stick around.
No, we're just having fun. This is just open conversation. And just so you know, we are live.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm worried about Boat. He's over there barbecuing something, probably. What you barbecuing, Boat? I always want to say Boats and Hoes from that TV show or that movie.
Oh,
I don't know why your voice is so low to me.
Mine?
Her name was Boats and Hoes.
Was it?
I had to change it to Boats and Hoes Barbecue.
Who's quiet? She said she can't hear.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Am I quiet?
No, I can hear you just fine.
Really low, but everybody else is not.
Oh, you mean his voice? Oh, you mean his voice is low.
If you right-click on him in the Discord, I've got him at...
Volume is low for me.
Oh, yeah, just click on his screen. And...
Stuff to make it louder, and it's not on there right now, so that's why. It's turned all the way up, though. Now, let me check.
Good.
I can
you
turn...
broke it or Donnie broke it?
Donnie broke it the first time, and then I broke it this time.
Okay.
I broke it.
Looks like I got people from class in here. There's Chappie.
Where's Chappie at? Oh, Happy Chappie's in there. Hey, Chappie, how is YouTube looking? Is it still buffering on YouTube? We got to get you to switch over to Twitch if it is.
I'm sure it is.
What do you guys think? I'm glad you can hear me. Yeah, I mean, like when I was on that HBO special, the next day I get a notice from Facebook. You've been kicked off of Facebook for life because you support white supremacists. And I'm like, really? So.
How many fuck Facebooks can I get in chat?
I think we can get a lot of fuck Facebooks.
Yeah. I haven't been on Facebook since the Brett Kavanaugh stuff was the last straw for me. I was done with it.
Facebook because like you have groups like the programs that I'm using. You can go in there and talk with other people that use the same program, and you can ask them questions, or like about my brand new Dodge Ram Cummins, so I can go in there and go join the 5th generation Cummins questions and question for me. Ash, you can just
saying that to me too, but what would you define a white nationalist as, and also, is that something that you think you are?
In my thoughts, the definition of a white nationalist is somebody. Well, I wouldn't include white because the white shouldn't be part of nationalist. It should just be you're a nationalist. And in my definition of a nationalist, is
how they're putting it.
They're thinking of a guy, a crazy guy with like a like Gra. Look at Gra. Gra looks like a white nationalist. That's what they're saying. Some guy who's probably got a whole bunch of guns. He's got the freaking the Confederate flag annex and F the
thing that you think that you are.
Oh hell no, I'm not hell no.
And so
well, I didn't say you were. I was just wanting to clear it up in case anybody.
White nationalist. Anywhere near that? Anything?
Not what they're portraying as a white nationalist. No.
If you had long hair and look like I do, you're a junkie. You shoot dope. You're a heroin addict. You're done a lot dope. Just never shot him.
Yeah.
Not that I'm scared of needles or nothing, but I seen a lot of my friends back then that aren't here now because of that. Because that's the way it was back then. You didn't get free needles and you didn't get
Hey.
Not for me.
Speaking of that, Grob, my stepdad, he's finally started finishing painting that Viking that he hand carved. I'll take a picture and I'll show it to all you guys. My stepdad, if you don't know, he's 87, and every week he's got some kind of a new thing that he's doing, and he's an artist. So he's been carving out a Viking for the last month and a half or 2 months now. And I showed Grob a picture when he first started. He's like, "Holy shit, that looks just like me." So when it's all said and done, I'll take a picture of it. He doesn't know Ash. He might be talking about Ash. That's why I don't want to bring it up.
He's probably talking about me. That's fine.
No, everybody knows you, Gra. I think it's just because Ash is...
Coach, she wanted a copy of it.
Boobs in Mexican. No, I'm not Chappie.
No.
Why are you sending stuff to me that's supposed to be meant for Chappie?
I don't know. They were just in a. They really wanted to see the video, and I guess I just pasted it to the last person that was. Who knows?
I know who Phoebe Cates is.
Oh heck yeah!
Everybody ever masturbated knows who Phoebe Cates is.
She got naked in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right?
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Male or female.
All right, so Goofy says she keeps having a problem with the black page on Twitch. I saw that when I tried to join it once too. I wonder what that is.
It's doing fine here. I'm not seeing any issues over here.
No? Okay. Well, good. We'll figure it out, guys. It's slow but sure, but it's better than it was before. So we're moving, and I'm not going to leave them alone up here. So until then...
Starlink is going to improve as time goes on as well. So, I mean, it's...
to, like, fix it, to expand it.
So it sends, you know, right now what happens is you got to shoot it down to a center on the Earth, and then get the information and shoot it back up. Well, now because they have these lasers that can go straight from one satellite to the other, they're keeping the information up there. Oh, it looks like...
Well, Eddie, read what Richard says. That's why he was asking. All right.
You got me hooked up with the Phoebe Case lookalike when I come to Vegas, huh? But there's a caveat. Uh-oh. There's a caveat. You know Richard Hertz. You know him and his caveats. I can only imagine what it's gonna be.
Is it a wax museum?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The last time I went, although the last time I went to Vegas, he had it set up to where Bridget the Midget, and yes, you can say that because that's her real name, Bridget the Midget. You know, have you guys seen her before? She's a TV personality.
Yes, I know who Bridget is. The little short girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she.
So he had it set up that she was going to give me a lap dance when I came to Vegas, but then she got arrested right before I showed up. So I can only imagine what Richard's got in store for me.
Oh.
Happy Chappie says she saw her in Indiana. Nice. What's up, Happy Chappie?
It's Sagebrush Red Rebel Girl.
Oh, white glide is Sagebrush. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now she chimes in. It's about time you chimed in, Hope.
Yeah.
I've been here.
I know. Are you playing board games again? How many guys do you have over there playing board games?
I actually did earlier tonight, and I won. We played Apples to Apples.
Apples to Apples? Do you guys play like a different board game every night?
It's not. She doesn't play board games. They're not board games.
No, not board games.
They're
just games.
Board games. Apple to Apple. Now I really get it. Okay, I get it now. Apple to Apple.
No, I've played Apple to Apple before. Yeah.
You can actually go. They have a library where you can go test a game out to see if you like it or not. I had a friend that was into board games, and so every month we'd have, like, when I was married, we'd have date night, and we'd all either go to her house and her husband's house, or she'd come to our house, and we'd play games, and she'd bring a new game every single.
6 or 7 shelves worth of those, because I was always the guy with the house and, like, the big table and all the space, so everybody would, like...
And the stuff I remember is, like, Twister when I was a kid.
Oh, man, that's a good game.
That is a good game.
Yeah,
it's
fast.
dominoes, but they're not like the typical dominoes. They have 12 different numbers on them, and you have trains involved. Sometimes you can play on other people's trains. Oh, this one can take like hours. Like Mexican train dominoes can take hours.
Oh wow! The one game I remember, like, we played a lot.
The interactions.
Just like, so he just says, so looks just like Phoebe, and even has a feminine voice. The minute I got there, I'm like, yep, I was right. No.
What if she's really, really good looking and has nice, I mean...
I'm sorry.
It's just like a preference thing, right?
12 shots of scotch and,
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, in all seriousness.
No, that's just a preference thing. I'm not, if you want to be gay, I have no problem with that. Oh, you know what?
I know. Yeah. But it's just interesting that, like, a lot of...
No.
Like, a woman can say, I want someone that's 6 foot tall, and that's their preference, and it's okay. Like, it should be okay for a man to say, like, hey, this is...
The slightest thing where I'm like, I don't really care what you think about me. Yeah, I don't really care what you think.
Yeah.
So I've long since given that up. You know, or like, you know, people are like, oh, you think you're an ally to the black community? I'm like, I don't really care if you think I am or not. It just I don't spend any time worrying about it.
Yeah. No,
So
I'm sorry. That's just not something I'm interested in, you know. And like, you know, I can see why women cheat on or women will have relationship with other women because women are gorgeous. They have soft, smooth, silky skin, you know, just gorgeous, voluptuous curves. And I just when I see a guy, I see a hairy, dirty, stinky,
yeah,
sweat
Chappie knows
smelling
all
person.
about that.
Yeah, I mean, look, and you look like he's saying, dealt with people. You go to a straight man's house and you're like, yeah, I can fix your plumbing. That's gonna cost you $250, and they're like, fuck you, you asshole. That's outrageous. You go to somebody in their community, like, okay, can I pay you cash right now? You know, they never questioned you. It was like, great. They're just real cool people.
Well, Chappie, it depends on whether you should stay or not. Have you run your 3 miles yet?
No,
she got to run 3 miles a day for the boxing coach.
Oh, does she need to make weight?
No, it's just that they're stepping up the game. I think so, like punch other knee, like and just walk back and forth just because they were late to class.
Oh,
You
wow.
talking about like lunges?
Yeah, kind of.
Deadly lunges.
No, where they've got a big weight and then they take a large step and like almost where their one knee's touching the ground.
Correct.
Yes. Or,
Oh yeah, like burpees. Luckily, I died for like 2 days after that though. So if you guys know what a burpee is, a burpee you got to do a jumping jack, then you get down and you do a push up, then you got to jump up right away and do a jumping jack and then a push up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's like a 4 count plus the jumping jack. It's pretty brutal.
It's not fun.
We would do that in the Air Force. I mean, even Air Force, you know, like Zoomies, you know, we're all behind a desk and everything. But I mean, yeah, you know, whatever we're gotta do.
No, so then he looked at his neighbors and had a whole bunch of mail-in ballots because you know he went right to his neighbor's mailbox and I'm voting, you know. So yeah,
Things digitally that discombobulated. That it's like a headless chicken running around determining elections, and like not all that many people understand all the moving parts throughout all of the country for it, and it is extremely vulnerable, like with ways you're talking about, and there's a lot of problems with it.
It's 2,000, right? 2,000 mules.
Yeah. That's what they say. Now, luckily, in my county, they actually have video footage from the minute the ballots come in the door. They have it live. You can watch it live. You can watch all the ballots, where they move, everybody that touches them. I kind of like that. You don't see the ballots, nothing leaves the room. But I live in a small county. Maybe 100,000 people or so. I don't know.
Watch my footage and my test and then see what I can do to get better so I can work on that second strike.
There you go, Drunk. Congratulations once again on earning that strike.
Yeah. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Y'all have a great night.
That's a great. You should be proud. Be proud, man.
Heck yeah, bro.
See you later.
Catch you later, Drunk. I'll watch the video and then I'll text you later on.
Well, the video I sent you was for my teammates, but they're much better than I am at what they do. It's probably more entertaining to watch them than it would be me.
Right on.
Right, bye.
All right, buddy. Let's see.
Good guy. Good guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. It still won't be like meeting Tara though. I'm gonna marry Tara because you know Tara Polish American Brotherhood is probably gonna be coming. So you're high up there, Gra, but he'd much rather. He'd much rather see Tara Polish American Brotherhood.
You know, I can't blame him. Yeah, he changed her name. What? On the ground? Or?
Yeah, on the ground, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. More of a just like a
middle ground.
Decided that, for lack of a better term, they would recognize just talking to her which side she was with or whatever, so she's shying away from the interview aspect. From what I gathered, in my opinion, that's what I got from her.
Yeah.
Her stream. She wants to just be there on the ground.
Okay, that's cool. I still remember when we first heard about her when she got attacked in Brooklyn, and I sat there and I was like, you know what? Let me email this girl and see if we can get her on the show. And she emailed me back in like 2 minutes. She's like, Hera's a nice girl. I didn't even know it. I had met her already a couple times.
And once again, she's one of those that I didn't even ask. She
moderators at all, and then she can look like Antifa. And then Gra, I know Gra knows very well too. The time she sat in my lap and drove my scooter. That video got taken down. Thank you, frickin' Antifa. I'm like driving home, and I'm like, drunk, hurry up and download this video for me, because I was on the road. I was in Portland. And he's like, why? I'm like, because I know YouTube's going to take the video down. And I have it on my 360 camera. I just can't show it because there's so many people's faces I need to blur out that I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah, baseball guy says she has a great personality, very intelligent. Yeah, and I like watching her dad's channel also.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Very,
yeah.
It's got a lot of historical.
Like, she was texting me from Upper like me. And
oh, man.
Yeah. She's like, I was shopping, buying stuff when I was in Portugal, and I get home and got it all now. She's fun.
Democrats are using the website iBook.something. Have you heard of that site? All the under 21-year-old strippers at Little Darlings.
I don't trust Richard Hertz when he starts giving me sites like this sometimes. Richard likes to send me in some bad directions.
There's some caveats.
Yeah, there's some caveats. But when he came and he met Drunk Uncle and I in Las Vegas, he was the nicest guy in the world. I mean, he's a real nice guy. He likes to joke around a lot, you know? That's just his personality. But he's a real cool guy. He was a taxi cab driver in Vegas for a long time, and it's a fake ID site.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's how you get your fake IDs. I'm old enough. I don't need a fake ID anymore. So that's how they get into little darlings. Is that why they call it little darlings? Because they all have fake IDs and they're too young. That's disgusting. Although, you know, it's hard to tell nowadays sometimes until you hear somebody talk. I don't really know. This girl, it was the daytime. She's working at the mall. I thought.
Yeah.
How do you really know if you're? Gotta stick to the older women.
Well, Eddie, thanks for having me with you, but I gotta get my daughter to bed and get some other things done.
Right on, Ash. You take care of your daughter, and thanks for showing up. We appreciate your commentary all the time. You know.
Appreciate you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good night. Good content tonight, man. Good content. Thanks for joining up with us.
Always.
Have a good one, Ash.
I'll see y'all later.
Be careful over there in Muskogee.
Right on.
Yeah, he's about 40 minutes away, Eddie.
Is he? Oh, neat. Well, maybe next time when I come pick you up when we go to DC, we'll let him know, and maybe he'll yeah, right. You think I'm gonna have that many?
Yeah. So hey, okay. So while it's just us, and I don't care, and I know
we are live. We are live, just so you know.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know. Have you heard the little shit that's going on with Oreo and Wizzy?
No, but and you know what? Let me go to the bathroom real quick because I want to hear this. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it.
Well, I know Eddie watched the video.
I did, but I don't know exactly what made him say that.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not gonna know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wait till. Eddie, can you hear us? We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go for it.
Lift that seat up.
Yeah.
I'm a sitter.
I was like, when I lived in a motorhome, I don't know, I had the camera on one time or something. They're like, girl, you gotta slide that doorstep when you go in that little bathroom. Because I would just lean against the wall, you know. Anyway, I don't know.
No, I can hear you.
Front to back, Eddie.
Yeah.
Front to back.
Just read some of the chat. Okay. The girls are all under 21 and want to go to bigger clubs like and experiment. Just check out the alcohol clubs and regular bars. It's not a bad site, Eddie. I think everyone should look at it just to see what's out there. My friends from Hawaii that come to Vegas all the time get Nevada ID.
My parents, my stepdad wanted to buy the $2 to go in there and buy it for him because he had a Nevada ID.
So, did you see you see what Oreo said about Chris last night, Eddie? Did you see that?
Yeah, I what I did is, so I saw in your Discord chat, I think, was it Boats that brought it up, or was it Honkus? Somebody brought it up, so I went, and his stream had ended, and it's ended like so many minutes, so I figured out where it was, and I watched it fundraiser, and we can go like he was trying
that, and it kind of went on a little more after that too, or whatever, you know. But he was pissed off. Let me back up a little bit. It pretty much started when Chris was the only one to go in the Capitol with Ron Johnson and Ted Cruz during that conversation with Brian. He was basically one of 2 streamers from the convoy that were allowed in. It was going or nothing. He hadn't had a chance to say that. I'm sure he has said that somewhere.
Yeah.
My opinion is all that is. That's when it started, because him and first responder were pissed off. That's bullshit. Why would he do that to us? And he, you know, through no fault of his own, that's just how it went down.
Yeah.
Number 2, Oreo is complaining that Chris turned his camera off right when I think 1776 was just starting. If I'm streamers, please turn your cameras off, your audio off. This is a private conversation. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody was fine with that. Everybody quiet. Goes over and turns Oreo's camera off. Now Oreo claims some bullshit that Oreo had an issue with that. Something the night before last in his stream when he was talking in stream 2. He may not have worded it just exactly like that, but it was short and sweet.
Yeah.
Please send me a clip of the video that you're referring to so I can understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we're at, and that's all I know, and that's all public information, so I know they don't have any problem with me telling you what's going on, but I knew you would be interested just because of the issue that you had with Oreo back when.
Yeah.
Like to tell.
Well, I mean, like, me and Oreo started together. You know, I was friends with him before I met Ben Berkwam. We were buddies. We did a lot of stuff together. You know, we were part of a group that we did stuff together. And then one day I saw that he was showing how he was being threatened, you know, and there was a Antifa, and I was like, hey, I can maybe look into this guy's glasses and figure out who's filming him, and hey, how can I help you? And then he hooked me up with Ben. And so then I started hanging out more with Ben than Oreo, which it wasn't a big deal, you know, nothing like that. But then when that cop got arrested or lost his job about it, he being his good friend, I thought he would have at least sent me a text saying, hey, come on my show so we can talk about it. They never invited me to their show. All they did was talk shit about me on their show. And I replied, really? We're friends. You're gonna do that? You're not even gonna give me a fucking text message? He wouldn't even reply to me. He just ignored me. You know, and Josh I'm not gonna lie, Josh has always been a dick. He likes to start shit. You know, he likes to fuck with people, and that's Josh. You know, if you know Josh, that's just the way he is. But you also notice too when you watch his videos, like I was watching and he pushed the issue, watching nobody there to protect him.
Yeah, that's why I did the copyright that.
Yeah, and we're that too. But I mean, there's shit that I know about this guy, you know, that nobody knows about that could be really bad, right? But I don't go out telling people that. And you would, you know, after he went and said, "Oh, I got this cop fired," I wanted to say, but I never did. You never heard me say. I don't even think I say anything bad about him until tonight, probably. You know. Well, no, there was one time I did.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah. He just does it for the money. I mean, you can't get mad at him for that. But I mean,
nothing wrong with it.
No.
Well, and without a doubt, you got to give credit's due. He's performing a service. He's there on the ground, showing what's happening. People want to know.
Yeah.
People want to know what's fired up. He's got a lot of viewers. When Santa's fired up, he's got a lot of viewers too. And that's just kind of the rundown on what's going on with the convoy, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And every bit of that's public information, so I don't have any problem saying anything about that.
Yeah.
But it really is. My final opinion on this is it makes no sense to butt heads with each other, because when you do that, you're letting, in my opinion, evil win. And evil's around to be able to talk through it. If somebody said something on something that somebody told you that maybe such and such, blah, 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 third-hand information. It doesn't matter if it's first-hand information or something you've seen or whatever.
Yeah.
My opinion, and once again, that's what it is. All that's just got to be set aside.
It does, like,
You know.
and that's what made when I was with him, me and him were with Ben. That's what made it so great because Ben, I had access. Ben, it was Ben, me, and me or Josh could go handle it. We all worked together so you guys could get that information. And I saw Ben, and he stopped the stream to come up and say hi to me.
Right.
Does Josh do that? No. Like when I would see Josh in Sacramento, I'd be like, "Hey, bud," when he first started out, I'm like, "Hey, you're doing really good. Congratulations," and he would just say thanks and walk away. It's like, well, you know what I mean?
My guy asking if he bought the van. Yeah, he bought the van, and I think he got it there, and they're thinking the fuel pump's out. And he's got some local mechanic that's going to check it out in the next few days or something, and that's what's going on with that. And once again, that comes back to Eddie, what we were talking about earlier. If people are going to donate to him or whatever, that money's him to spend any way he feels fit. If he thinks he needs a van or whatever to subsidize what he's doing and live cheaper, and whatever, that's fine. If this where that money's going, you see what a donation.
No, if you're just somebody on your stream and they sent you some money, hey, you sent them that money, they can spend it on whatever they want.
Yeah, even though it says for beer or for gas or whatever, that's.
Yeah, you're still buying gas. Like I had one person make a comment like, "Oh, why should I send any money? He just bought a brand new truck." Well, that truck has nothing to do with the stream, right?
Yeah.
I bought a brand new truck. Yeah, I've been fighting for 20 years to earn the money to get that truck. Okay. And if you want to start looking at how much money I make off of the stream and how much I spend on it, I'll be happy to show you.
To put a cap in something, called Chris out as the Scientologist guy.
Yeah, I heard that.
Anybody that knows Chris or knows his history or whatever, he has no problem sitting talking about his past history with Scientology, and I'll let Chris speak to that. But
yeah.
Anybody that's been around, been following this stuff or whatever. I mean, Eddie, we've all basically met each other at the beginning of the 2020 riots, and we've all friended up since then, and that's how all this got started.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people in the convoy don't know the history of Oreo or history of you or history of Chris or history of me, anybody and everybody. And so for him to toss that out there as it being factual that Chris is a Scientologist was absolute
Who cares?
bullshit.
Who cares if he's a Scientologist? But
he was. Okay.
But yes, you could have no idea just to listen to him anyway. So I mean, it's just it doesn't even matter. I mean, that even if he were still one or whatever, I mean, it's his own personal life. It doesn't come out that at least not that I've seen.
Yeah. When I met Chris,
I really don't think Chris would have an issue with us talking about this or whatever. I really don't, because like I said, that we're not talking about anything more than what's public knowledge. So
yeah, like when I met Chris, I was in Beverly Hills, and I get a text message from some lady, and I forget who it was, one of my subscribers, and she's like, "Hey Eddie, Chris is there. Can you go talk to him? He's really, a lot of people think he's Antifa, and he's not. And why don't you go meet him?" And I said, "Well, who is he?" And she told me. I was like, "Hey, I've seen him around before. We actually talked one time about our camera equipment." I was like, "Yeah, I know that guy." So I went over and started talking to him, and ever since then, we've become friends. Chris was not Antifa, and
And talk about the highlights between you guys, where he's at some place, I think it was somewhere in Southern Cal where you were, and the Antifa guy come up wearing a mask. I know who you are. And Chris goes, "You have no idea who I am." "Yeah, you are. You're Eddie Block."
Because I called him that day. I called him and I was like, "Hey, Chris, I'm coming down to L.A. to an event. Where are you?" He's like, "You are?" He's like, "I'm driving up to Sacramento to go see you." And I was like, "I'm not in Sacramento this weekend." He's like, "Well, fuck, I'm here." And then he called me on later on that day, and he's like, "Hey, somebody called me you today." Right?
That, and then another highlight was when your bottle got in it. The guy took your bottle and you're down, and I was like,
yeah.
Chris is here. I'm like, "Chris, you need to turn around and go walk back where you just was."
The reason I went is because Chris invited me, but it's Antifa. Do you guys know how that happened? Did I ever tell you the story of how I got that?
Yes.
I think I've heard it, but I'm not remembering it.
All right. So
somebody's saying somebody's trash or whatever. You trash? Who's trash? What's going on?
He's a dirty. He's a lot worse than you are. Richard online. In person, he's like the nicest guy in the world. It's just, you know how some people have their online personas and they like to joke around, and that's Richard.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I reformed you.
There you go. No, but so I went to Lompoc. It was my hometown. Me and one of my best friends, right? And we show up at there's a flag wave running for Congress, and he's like, "Well, who are you?" And I'm like, "You don't know me? I'm kind of a big deal." And my buddy behind me just starts laughing. So from then on, he kept saying, "Eddie." Well, you know, he made a meme that night and he sent it to me, and I was like, "You know what? That's gonna be my new slogan." And that's how it came about.
That's cool.
I was like, "You don't know who I am? I'm a big deal on the internet." And all these people were like, "Yeah, that's Eddie from Frontline America." And that was before I even had my own show. That was back when I was just filming for Ben. Like, you Sanders know who you are. You know, I guess you are kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I say they got you out of there quick.
Yeah. Oh, and
I mean, you know, it's one of their Antifa buddies. I mean, you know, they call and said, "Hey,
Eddie's here."
Who he is?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. For Donnie's dinner, I didn't get a chance to thank him because I had my notifications off. See you later, Bernie.
Oh,
that's what
they're done with Joe. They are done with Joe. You know, tell them that
she's delusional.
I don't think she'll get there. She's not ready either.
No, hell no. Even the dim. Yeah.
You hear him talk about how Mike Pence says he's going to run for president in 2024? Yeah, that's really going to happen. He can run all he wants.
Too.
Right?
Pence was talking with my governor at the same time that the hearing was going on. I'm like, oh, well, that's fitting.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm replying to Matt. Yeah.
Northern Ohio. Wow. Okay.
I'm just typing out my Twitch for Nelson, so he can hear us. You know, Andy, it does say I've had. I'm looking at it. Gives you notifications. Drop frames detected 44% over the last 2 minutes. 44% over the last 2 minutes. On Twitch.
Which one was saying it? Was it?
It just says, it doesn't say, it just says performance notification. When Streamlabs detects performance issues with your stream, such as drop frame.
Okay.
My CPU percent, it says my CPU percentage is 16.9%, 30 frames per second. And I'm going at 2,635 kilobits per second.
Yeah. Anything that you'd be able to fix it, you know, and it could just be Starlink is right now, you know, because they're going to get better, but you know they still have to get better. And,
yeah.
You know, and they will do it, and you know, so I mean, it stuck on you know when you before you get the tower up right, and then you know you can only do it on your phone. It was just like there was no point at that point.
Yeah, totally. Right on. Well, you know what? I think it's getting late, guys. What do you guys think? I got to get up early and start welding some more stuff up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So
sure. I guess it's Friday, so.
Yeah. I got to,
Nice.
It's your Friday? Oh, nice. That's good. I got to get up. I got to go weld a couple of things tomorrow and try and see what I can do to do some more research on the stream. Maybe it's something on my side. The other thing I wonder too is I do have 2 video cards in here. Maybe that's why it's not working right. Who knows?
About kicking the bitrate up a little bit. I mean, the way that you know the new codecs that you stream, like even 1080p. I think even probably you know the 2160p 4K whatever. I think it's I mean they do a good job with the encoding and you know you can your own system resources that have to deal with compressed. That may help too.
Oh yeah, I'll look into that. Showing up and good night to everybody.
Like drunk, you know, but
Man, that thing is loud.
Coming up.
Yeah. What about Boat Nose?
Just hope everyone has a good night and be safe over the weekend.
And Helen, she's always muted. She just listens, so I don't know if she wants to say goodnight. We'll go Hope. Hope can say goodnight next.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
I don't see Helen taking off her mic, so I don't think she wants to say goodnight. So